Because building a home can be confusing and it's often overwhelming, it's important to know what you're getting into before you make such a large commitment of both your time and your money. For those of you who are serious about building a home, this may be the most important video you watch. I can't stress enough how important it is that you first take the time to find a reputable home builder. So when you're done with this video, you'll want to watch how to find the best home builder. I'll put a link to this video below. It's important to know that you're building with a high quality home builder so you know that you can trust them. Once you know that the builder can be trusted, it's time to interview them. You should treat the home builder selection process the same as if you owned your own business and needed to hire an employee. And you do this with solid research and great questions. In today's video, I'm going to give you 10 questions you should ask every home builder before you commit to building a home with them. And by the way, this applies to those of you looking to build your first home, or those of you planning to build your dream home, or if you're looking to build a custom home or build with a track builder. Before we start, I want you to know that I'm not just going to give you a simple list of questions. I'm also going to explain why and give you a detailed explanation of what you can expect. This way, when you visit a home builder, you'll have a solid understanding of the process and what's normal. Seriously, if you're going to watch one video to prepare yourself for the home build process, this is it. So let's get started. Number 1, deposits. Here's the first question to ask. What's the required down payment? In any real estate transaction, you'll need to leave an earnest money deposit. For most builders, this will be $1,000 to $5,000. If you're building a house from scratch, most builders will also require a construction deposit. The construction deposit can vary significantly from builder to builder, ranging anywhere from an additional $5,000 to $50,000, and sometimes more than that. This is why you'll want to understand how much money the builder will require to build your home before you commit to anything. Most builders will require a deposit of about 3% to 10% of the final price of the house. But if you're building a custom home, it's often much more than that. Yes, we're talking about a lot of money here, but there's no need to panic because all of your deposits will be applied toward the purchase of your house. Now that you know what the deposits are, you'll want to ask, are these deposits refundable? And if so, up to what point? With some builders, the moment you put down your earnest money check, it becomes non-refundable pending the loan approval. The same goes for construction deposits because in most situations, the builder will immediately send your plans to the engineer and then onto the city for approval. In most cases, once the builder pays for and picks up the permit from the city, they are building your home with or without you because they've already invested a significant amount of time and money to start the construction process for that specific home. Number 2, the preferred lender. Most builders offer what they call a preferred lender incentive. So you'll want to ask, do you offer any incentives? Most builders do have an incentive, but it's usually tied to using their preferred lender. If you agree to use their lender, the builder will often offer to pay a portion or all of your closing costs. Other builders will offer a credit towards upgrades or something like a refrigerator. Why would a builder give you a discount to use their trusted lender? Because lenders who don't have experience with home builders struggle and often cause delays at closing. These delays cost the builder money. Also, the builder's in constant contact with their lender, which allows them to keep tabs on you and be certain that you can actually qualify to build a house. Yes, I have seen it happen on multiple occasions where an outside lender has given a client a loan approval, but they can't qualify to build the house. Can you imagine the disappointment of the home builder who has made such a large commitment of time, money, and resources to build your home only to have the deal fall through at the very end? This can cost the builder thousands of dollars to market and sell the house. Looking at it from your perspective, if the builder completes the house and you can't close, you will lose your earnest money and your construction deposits. On a side note, you will not receive an incentive for using your own lender. And in most situations, you will not get a better deal by using your own lender. Often, people are concerned about the integrity of the builder's preferred lender, but in my experience, they are honest and reliable. That being said, I always recommend getting pre-qualified with both a preferred lender and an outside lender to keep everyone in check. For those of you who are concerned about using the preferred lender, I've gone in depth on this subject in a video called Is the Preferred Lender Ripping You Off? I'll put a link to this video below. Number 3, the timeline. You'll want to ask, how long is it going to take to build my house? This question causes a lot of confusion for many different reasons. For starters, the builder might tell you it takes approximately 3 months for them to build a house. 3 months is only talking about the actual time it takes to construct the house, not including the weeks or months before they can start construction while you're going through the design and option selection process for your house. To add to the delay, before construction can begin, the builder needs to send your floor plan with your options that you've selected to the engineer, and then they'll submit your plans to the city for a building permit. The city can take anywhere from 1 week to a few months. No joke, I once had the city take 17 weeks to get the building permit back to us so we could start construction on the home. The buyer was angry at us, but once again, this part of the process is out of the builder's control. The builder's representative should be able to give you a realistic time frame on how long it will take from the time of contract to close. That time frame should be 6 to 12 months, but it's usually in the 8 to 9 month range. The other point of confusion and frustration for most people building a home is that the builder will not give you a solid closing date until the home is only about 45 days from closing. Why? Because there are too many variables. I've already mentioned the city, but weather can slow down the process too. Often, especially in a hot market, there can be shortages in labor and materials. Also, at the time of contract, the builder is still waiting for you to make your structural and interior selections. Usually, this only takes a few weeks, but I've had people take more than 2 months to finalize their selections. So, for obvious reasons, the builder doesn't want to commit to a closing date when so many parts of the process are out of their control. Number 4, changes. Next, you want to ask, can I make changes during the construction process? Most builders do not allow you to change things once the construction has started, especially structural changes. Why? Because most cities require their approval on anything structural, so this will slow down the process. As far as design or interior selections go, some builders will allow you to change some items up to a certain stage of construction, but the builder needs to order most things in advance, especially things like cabinets. So once you've made all of your selections and paid your construction deposits, most builders will not allow you to make changes. It's kind of like you've loaded up that train with all the building materials and options needed for your specific home. And once that train leaves the station, it simply can't go back. I'm going to pause real quick because I have a question for those of you who want to build a home. What scares you most about building a house? The home build process can be scary and overwhelming, so please go down and leave a comment below. I read every single message, and I'd love to clear up any confusion or dispel any fears that you may have. Okay, moving on to number 5, change order fees. If the builder does allow you to change things, you'll want to ask, will there be a fee for making these changes? After all selections have been made and all deposits have been given, most builders will charge a fee if they allow the change at all. This is usually in the $250 to $500 price range per change. This fee is non-refundable and it will not be applied towards your home. This is a fee that the builder collects and keeps. Why? Because there's often fees on their end for making changes, and someone will need to take time out of their normal schedule to make sure everyone is aware of your modifications. This fee is also there to discourage you from making any changes because modifications to the original plans could have unintended and costly consequences. Number 6, warranty. Of course, you'll want to ask, what type of warranty do you provide? Most builders offer at least a 1-year warranty. This warranty should cover anything that goes wrong due to poor installation, malfunctioning parts, or just general damage from the house settling, like nail pops. The warranty is not going to cover any damage done to the house from you and your family. For instance, the builder isn't going to come back and do paint touch-ups after you move in because you or your movers are going to damage your walls, moving your furniture and etc. into the house. Number 7, included features. Most builders will have a list of included features for each house that they build. If not, you'll want to ask what comes standard in your homes. You'll want to have a complete understanding of what features are included in the base price of the home. This would be things like the type of flooring, cabinets, and countertops. The included features for each builder is different, so you can't just look at the base price of homes between competing builders to make a fair assessment. For instance, there was a builder here in Utah that offered large homes for a little price. Their base price was often $10,000 lower than their competition, but their houses came with very few options. In other words, everything was an upgrade. Their homes didn't include an air conditioner, a garage door opener, or a half bathroom on the main floor of their 2-story homes. They installed laminate countertops and the cheapest possible vinyl and carpet throughout the house. Years ago, my beautiful wife and I actually built a home with this builder, and we had to spend nearly $30,000 just to get the basic things that came standard with many other home builders. There's a high probability that we did not get the most bang for our buck. Some builders build the exterior of their homes with 2x6 studs for better energy efficiency, while others are still using 2x4s. Some builders offer a spacious 2-car garage, while others offer a 2-car garage that will barely fit 2 small cars. Some builders include things like 9-foot ceilings on the main floor or a grandmaster bath, where other builders charge extra to add these kind of features. It's important to understand what's included because adding an option like a 9-foot ceiling or a grandmaster bath will cost you thousands of dollars per item. And that's why it's important to understand what's included and what's not included. Before I continue, can I ask a quick favor? Will you please give this video a thumbs up? I would appreciate that more than you know, and that thumbs up will help others see that this video is helpful. Thanks. Number 8, the option and structural selection process. Next, you'll want to ask, how does the option selection process work? Most builders allow a limited amount of time to make your structural and design center selections. Why? Because time is money, and because some people just won't make up their mind. The builder is anxious to get started on your house, and you should be too. I always recommend making all of your selections as soon as possible. Also, you'll want to schedule your design center process as soon as possible to make sure the dates that they have available work for you. If the builder has a large design center, appointments can run 6 hours and sometimes more. So eat a good breakfast, bring a snack, and please, for your own sanity, leave your kids at home. One piece of tested and proven advice to make sure the design process goes smoothly is always trust your first instinct. It's natural at the end of your design process to second guess yourself. Most people do it, me included. But remember, you've already gone through the whole process, carefully selecting each item you liked best. If you change one thing, you may need to change several things. And in most situations, people go back to their original selection. Save yourself some time and some sanity by sticking with your original selections. Number 9, upgrade and option pricing. How can you find out if it's fair? It might seem weird, but ask the sales representative, is your pricing for upgrades fair? This question may put the salesperson on the defensive. If so, the pricing might be high with that particular home builder. If the builder's representative starts talking about their quality or their reputation, they're most likely preparing you for an expensive design center process. Still, many salespeople will say, our pricing is great. They could be telling the truth, or maybe not, who knows? So once again, you're gonna need to do some research. And I can save you some time here and money. Ask the salesperson what they charge for a 3-car garage, 9-foot ceilings, a grandmaster bathroom, and a gourmet kitchen. What the builder charges for these large structural items could give you some solid insight as to what they will charge at the design center. You may be thinking, why can't the builder just give me an upgrade price list? Most builders won't do this for a variety of reasons, but mostly because pricing often changes. And for things like flooring, paint, countertops, cabinets, and etc., pricing will vary drastically based on the size of the home and the quality of the product you add. This is why the design center appointment can take 6 to 8 hours, with many people going back for for a second meeting. As a warning, the pricing for upgrades from builder to builder can be drastic, and you could end up spending $10,000, $15,000, or even $20,000 more by selecting the wrong company to build your house. Another word of warning, if the salesperson starts bashing other builders, it's usually a sign that they are insecure about their own product. Just something to think about. Number 10, home sites and lot premiums. You'll want to ask how many home sites are available and what are the lot premiums. They should have a plat map of the community that they can give to you. You'll want to write down the different lot premiums on each one of the home sites, so when you're ready to move forward, you can take a long, hard look at the home sites and weigh the cost of the lot premium versus the size of the lot, the location in the community, and the direction the house will face. Once again, this is a great tool for deciding which home builder to go with, because one builder may charge $3,000 for a quarter-acre home site, while another builder might charge $15,000 for a similar lot. Also, one builder could have dozens of great home sites to choose from, while another may only have a few lots remaining. Choosing the wrong home site can hurt the value of your house, but the right home site can increase your home's value and desirability. Needless to say, choosing a home site is important, and when that time comes, you'll want to watch how to choose a home site when building a house. Look for the link to this video below. You know, there's actually one more question you'll want to ask. So here's the bonus question. We'll call it question number 11, the final walkthrough. The way the home builder delivers the home says a lot about them. Do they really want to deliver a high quality home? Do they really care about you, their client? You can find out by asking, what is your final walkthrough process? Some builders don't hold a final walkthrough and simply tell you the house is done. Other builders have a detailed 7 to 10 day process. The builders who really care will hold what they call a final walkthrough appointment with you. In this meeting, you'll meet with one of the builder's representatives to walk through the home. The best builders will give you an orientation of the house, explaining how everything works, and they'll allow you to point out any of the workmanship that doesn't seem quite up to par. I've gone in depth on this part of the process in another video, so I won't go any deeper at this time. But when you're preparing to close on your new construction home, you'll want to watch the new home final walkthrough with home builders. Because I've been doing this for so long, I've produced dozens of videos that go in depth on many different aspects of the home build process. So for those of you who are seeking more knowledge, I've got plenty of videos that are more comprehensive. I will place links to my recommended videos below. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot to think about, but hopefully I've cleared some things up for you, and now you're armed with the questions you can ask to determine which builder is best for you. Once you've selected 2 or 3 builders that you're considering, do your research and compare them against one another. By asking these questions, you should be able to weed out the wrong builders and find a home builder that will build you a high quality home at a fair price and hopefully give you great customer service. If you live in Utah and you have questions about buying, selling, or building a house, I would love to talk with you. Please feel free to contact me directly. If there was something in this video that stood out to you as being helpful, please let me know by commenting below. If you have any questions or if I left something out, please help the community by leaving a remark below as well. Sincerely, I want to hear from you. If you know someone who's thinking about building a home, be a friend by sharing this video with them. And please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring that bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.